Everyone, my name is Valerie Bertrand, and this is my submission for the first obligatory assignment called Didactical Lesson Design. As my cover page reveals, I have chosen song lyrics from a song called Summer Paradise, written by Simple Plan and featuring Jean Paul. This presentation is going to be divided in three main parts: the what, the how, and the why. Before we talk about the song itself, it is important to have some basic background information about the artists. The first band is Simple Plan, Canadian band from Montreal, Canada, which is basically young, very goofy, but also generally very good at heart. They are well known to be true positive role models. They have invested a lot of money in the past years to various charitable groups for helping youth in need. And by in need, we mean those dealing with serious illnesses and or with struggles such as addiction, depression, and self-esteem. The second artist is Jean Paul, also young, handsome international superstar, a rapper and a singer from Jamaica. Both artists have had their debuts at the start of the millennium, but they're going strong still in 2018. Nominees and or winners of Grammy Awards, Billboard Music Awards, MTV Awards, International Reggae and World Music Awards, etc., etc. So really famous artists, both of them. Why I give you some background information is that there's no doubt of interest for teenage crowd. They both of them are idols of many, well-known figures in pop music industry and positive role models. Last but not least, and despite their celebrity status. The song itself was written in 2011, but the theme never grows old. Summer vacation is summer vacation. Text has several qualities that I will discuss on a little bit later on. What I have designed is a periodical plan of 3 lessons aimed for 8th grade English, with a standard class of about 20 students, but it can easily be adaptable to either 9th or 10th grade with more difficult activities, and for bigger or smaller groups as well, so easily adaptable, as you will see later on. I believe it is best suited for a time period that goes either before or after a specific holiday, like summer, for example, but can also be a nice project for an in-between learning periods, especially when students are the least motivated to learn English or busy with exams and so on. So this gives them a little breather in betweens, I believe. The required equipment is pretty standard. PC linked to internet and speakers to listen, and a projector to view the video. When it comes to the aims, if we look at the English subject curriculum, the revised version from 2013, in written communication, to understand and use a general vocabulary related to different topics, to understand the main content and details of texts one has chosen. Use own notes and different sources as a basis for writing. And also in culture, society, and literature, to discuss and elaborate the way people live and how they socialize, not so much in Great Britain, but I would say English, and at least the English speaking Western world. If we want to look at the specific aims for each lesson, we should probably look at the lesson plan itself. I have divided this periodical plan into 3 lessons. So lesson 1, lesson 2, and lesson 3, and possible lesson 4 and 5 right here. In lesson 1, as a pre-reading activity to watch the video, I like the element of surprise. It is available online through the YouTube channel. It looks a little bit like this, just to show you just 10 seconds of it. And you will have to follow the YouTube link if you want to watch the rest, but just to give you a general idea. And then have a discussion in class. Ever heard the song before? Recognize the artist? What is the song about? What are the main themes? Just to get the students interested and get them to have a big picture. And then while reading, now my recommendation is to use a sheet. So I've made this one for my students, which is basically taken from the web right here. But I have divided the text into very visual parts, so it's easy to work with. It's easy to see pictures, so it's attractive, and so on. So each student can have a copy of this while we work. An alternative to this part here is using the YouTube video, the karaoke version of it, so they can both listen and read at the same time. But the spreadsheet will allow you this, to put fingers on the two most difficult or fancy words for you, that is. So it'll be quite individual, but interesting. I can list them down on the whiteboard, and then I can have the students help me translate after. And then discuss the content. So it should be the chorus here. My mistake, sorry. The chorus first, so do that together, and then put them in pairs and have them discuss about each verse, what it is about, what they think is coming next, and so on. And then having a coffee table around, as I call it. Basically, you have pairs here, so do 2 times 2. You suddenly have groups of 4 or 5 students if needed. They rotate around stations. For example, these examples here, and discuss the following. So what do you like the most about the song? You can talk about the melody, what it is about, the video, artists, lyrics, location, whatever they want. Number 2, what do you like to do when you're on holidays? So that's a personal. It could be a place. What do you like to visit? The people you're with, the activities you like to do, and so on. Number 3, do you think the video is representative of the standard holiday type for most people? Now, you might want to explain this one to the students, saying, is luxury a necessity for holidays? Yes or no? Have similar and differences, and you can connect up as well with celebrity life versus normal people life if you're into it. Quite interesting topic. Number 4, rate the song from 1 being horrible to 6 being extremely good, and explain your choice. And that is to understand in more details and discuss about the artist's choices of lyrics and video, and express own views about the holidays. In lesson number 2, which is about language learning, now they work with the actual paper version, this one here that I showed you early on. Together, as an introduction here, together read and focus. How is the text structured? What is the purpose of the chorus? What can you say about the rhymes and patterns? Might need some help here. And then individual work, looking for. So now I want the students to scan the text and find different things in there. So number 1, how many times do you see the word? So the word blah, blah, blah. And then we go for recurrence of words. And then words and sets of words that you can associate with the different category. And then slang with this one here. That is very common as well. Rhymes. And then an extra question for the students who want to challenge themselves a little bit more. What's a verse, chorus, and bridge? And then finding the hook. If you don't know what that is, you can follow my link right there as well to help the students out. And at the end, obviously, share your answers. And in lesson number 3, so we're done reading. So now we're reinforcing some of the knowledge they have now acquired. Thinking first, close your eyes and imagine your very own summer paradise. Where are you? Are you alone or with someone? What are you doing, etc.? And then writing, so make up your short story about your own summer paradise. I have gathered a bunch of activities as well. Tons of stuff you can do with this text. Go ahead and steal any of them if you'd like to. Why do I choose this one here is several reasons. In general, the song or the text is catchy, it's young, fresh, never goes out of date, it's enjoyable. Which is also in accordance with Day and Bamford's top 10 principle for teaching extensive reading, principle number 5, stating that the purpose of reading is usually related to pleasure, information, and general understanding. The same authors also state principle number 1. The reading material is easy, which goes to my second reason for choosing this text. The language is very simple, and it's very current, common words, useful words that they will see over and over and over again. The structure is extremely clear. It's easy to, cut into sections, visually easy to find specific items. The level is adequate for most for most students. It's very inclusive in the sense that you don't really run empty within the activities that that I have selected on top. Always they will always have something to say or to comment on. And these items alone, or these reasons alone, are also in accordance with Colley and Slater about what is suitable for classroom literature. And the last but not least, I find that this text opens up doors to personal insights from students as to their likes and dislikes about holiday fun times and so on, but also to really get into their, the real world versus the cliche versus the celebrity life and so on. You can get some pretty funky discussions only about that. So these were the why not, as I called it. Another reason as well is according to the English subject curriculum from the Ministry of Education and Research, the subject shall help build up general language proficiency through listening, speaking, reading, and writing, end of quote now, which are all incorporated in this lesson design. According as well to the knowledge promotion from the same Ministry of Education and Research, the lessons also covered all the basic skills to a certain extent, at least reading, oral skills, writing, but also a little bit about numeracy when it comes to the word recurrence and logical structure of the text, and also digital competence when it comes to use of PC and internet in general. These are the sources that I have used. Those are common to you guys, but also if you wish to use this text, you can use these links here about the official websites and the song itself. Thank you very much for listening.